Hey, 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 you know what time it is.
It's time for the Heart to Heart Journey to Unconditional Love podcast.
Absolutely. And I am the late bloomer. That is my co host, Harlan Brown. And what's going on, Harlan Brown? What's going on? What's going on? Holla at your boy. Holla
Hey,
at your
how are
boy.
you? What's going on? What's going on? I got the
No, I'm
latest
at to see what's
attire
going on with
in
you. Yeah, I see that.
the Heart headbands with the matching logo shirt.
Yeah, did you you must have contacted my stylist because I got on the black with the white on. So let's just say we in sync. We in sync. I like it. I like it. So what we got for the audience today? What we talking about?
We talking about burdens.
Burden.
Burdens.
Okay. Yeah, I know a lot of times in relationships, people try to carry the burdens of their significant others. And I'm gonna just say this, we gonna call this today, is not your burdens to carry. Not your burdens to carry. And I don't mean that in a negative way. So please don't take this in a negative way, audience. What we mean by not your burdens to carry is when you have burdens, it is not your job to carry the burdens for someone else. And what I mean by that is if you're going through something, that person still has to deal with those burdens on their own, which I mean, they have to solve them on their own. You can assist them and be their support, but you cannot solve that burden for them or uplift that burden from them because it's not our burdens to carry. Those are burdens that they have to carry and that they have. So you can you expand for that for the audience there for Harlan Brown on what I'm talking about?
Sure. So in relationships, and when you're in a relationship and someone has a burden that they're carrying, and sometimes the burdens that we carry are not necessarily something that we caused in the relationship. It's something that they may have had prior, and we we get in relationships, and we want to be helpful. We want to do all the things, but sometimes you can't. But you cannot carry somebody else's burden. They have to really seek the root of it and try to solve it themselves. Your responsibility, well, I'm not going to say your responsibility, but I'm going to say as a person in the relationship with someone who is carrying something that could be very heavy for them, it's just wise to stand by them, support them, pray with them, and help them to release that and give it to God.
Yeah, I mean that's a great explanation of what we mean for this podcast. We wanted to do this one because a lot of times what we want to do is we want to help our partners, we want to help significant others, we want to help our family and carry the burden for them. It's kind of like if you let's say if I don't know, for some odd reason you got into an accident. As much as we want to shield the other person from from suffering those consequences, we can't go to the court and say, "I want to, you know, take the consequences for what my significant other did." And that's what we mean by that. You cannot carry the burden for somebody else because it's not your burdens to carry.
No, it's really not. It's not your burdens at all. So yeah, do yourself a favor and help your partner the best way you can. Help your partner to teach them to um, depend on God for clearance and depend on God for help. Stand by them again. Pray with them. Pray for them. Um, you can work it out together. You can pray about it together. You can talk it out together. You can be the sounding board for it and all of the things. And that's your support. It's not your responsibility to take it and carry it with them because when you carry in somebody else's burdens on top of your own, you're not helpful to yourself or that other person.
Yeah, and you know what? You know what I got to do, right? We gonna do it early this time. Got to drop
Okay.
that scripture. So what we got? Scripture, Psalms 55 and 22. Can you read that to the audience? Read that for the audience and to the audience for me, Harlem Brown.
Sure. Cast your burdens on the Lord, and He will assist you.
Assist you or sustain you?
Oh, I'm
Is it
sorry,
both?
sustained you. I'm looking. I'm
Well, he'll
sorry. I'm
assist
looking at two
you
screens. He will.
too.
He will assist you though, but he will.
Yeah.
He will assist you, but he will sustain you. I'm sorry, but
So,
yeah, that's the perfect
nah,
scripture. We really need to seek God for sustainability because we can't sustain ourselves without seeking God first. And if we come together in relationships or in any other relationship that we're in, we have to ask God to sustain all of those. And so, why not each of us learn how to go to God when we need
yeah.
sustainability?
Yeah, and I think that's the message that we want to get to the audience today. We want to let them know, look, as much as you want to carry the burden for somebody else, here's the way that you do it as Christians. And it's crazy because I was talking to a pastor, and he's a pastor of like a multicultural church. And, he does. There's no denominations. I mean, it's just he says he has a lot of different ethnic groups there, and they really have a good time in sharing their word and being in that church. And he was saying a lot of times people want to carry the burdens for others, but what we're supposed to do as Christians is we're supposed to show the our significant others or people who we love how to give their burdens to Christ, how to give their burdens to God, so that again, if you cast your burdens on the Lord, He'll sustain you, which means He will take care of you. And so, don't try to do it on your own. Just give it to God and let Him do everything. That let go, let God, it seems to be a recurring theme that we have on this podcast. And when you truly actually let go and let God, there are amazing things that can happen because God doesn't need your help. That's why He's giving you this scripture in Psalms 55 and 22, being like, you cast your burdens on me and I will sustain you. Me, I will sustain you, not your significant other, not your friend, not your partner, not your homie, not your sorority sister or your fraternity brother. It's I will. So we wanted to just emphasize that on this podcast. This is a short podcast because a lot of times we do want to take over and help somebody and do it. And a lot of times they'll say they're coddling people, they're enabling people when we do that, and it has nothing to do with that at all. We're just helpful by nature, especially to people who we love. And I'm not telling you to stop loving them. I'm not telling you to stop being helpful. I'm just saying when it comes to the burdens that they carry and they're heavy, even if they're light burdens, show them how to give it to God. Show them what God can do. Show them how to cast their burdens on God so that they can be sustained. I mean, am I in the right vicinity there, Harlem Brown?
Yeah, you are. I mean, we can't save people. We have a tendency to try to fix things, and we try to have a tendency to try to save people. Um, we have a tendency to think, and if you really look at it, when you try to sustain, when you feel like you can sustain someone, and if you can fix it and you're going to take it from them and you're going to create, you can't sustain, you're not God. You got to give it to God because you can't fix anybody. You didn't create the person, so you can't fix them. And 9 times out of 10, you wasn't part of the problem or the brokenness or the hurt that they're dealing with. And so you can't unhurt what somebody else did. So
Yeah,
you can't fix what everybody else what somebody's holding on to. You can just advise them to give it to God. And God says, like, bring it to me. God asks you to bring it to him anyway.
yeah,
There's a lot of things that I think sometimes we put too much emphasis on um, helping, molding human life when in all actuality, is our own change, is our own experiences and the way that we grew up that we think is the right way. And we don't allow that other person to live out their experiences. And we're not here to fix them. If we're coming together with them and we're coming together with someone else, or we're coming in relationship with someone else, just respect that part.
Yeah. And what I like is this is a recurring theme that we have on this podcast. And again, like I said, we're not going to hold you because, I mean, this is what we wanted to say. And those who are trying to carry the burdens, because again, trying is going to keep you in the same place. I say that every week. So don't try to help them with their burdens or carry their burdens with them. Show them how to give their burdens to Christ. Show them how to cast their burdens on the Lord so that they can be sustained and that those burdens can be lifted from that person. That's how you help a person. Any last words there, Harlan Brown, for you?
Let your faith be your testimony, right? Let your faith be your testimony. Walk faithfully, walk in integrity, walk um, with knowing that you can put stuff on God. I know there's a lot of times I get into conversations and I'm like, I'll be okay, I'm good. And people, oh my God, no, you're not. I'm like, no, I am, because I have to show you that through my faith, I can be sustainable because of the fact that I know that God has it. Not that somebody else is holding me up, or not that I am being propped by, friends and family. And although that's all appreciated, the bottom line is, if the God wanted it, it would be, right? So just
Yeah.
letting
Yeah.
God do what God does. And and I can honestly say he has not failed me yet. So I've got to keep pushing.
Yeah, okay. And I mean that is definitely good words to say, and I really appreciate that. And again, it's not your burdens, not your burdens to carry, but you can assist and help. And again, I like that. I like the headband. Now go ahead with your promotions.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, but you know how we do. As we end all our podcasts, trying to do something will keep you in your same place. But when you actually do something, your place has no limitations. I am your host, Delay Bloomer. That is my co-host, Harlan Brown, and we see you next week.
See you next week.
Yeah.